It's MasterChef.
Winning MasterChef would change my life.
2 expert judges to test them at the highest level.
We're looking for a great amateur cook who can make it as a professional.
Someone who can turn out exceptional food.
I really, really want to win MasterChef.
This is one tough competition.
The other 5 aren't winners because they don't want it quite as much as me.
For whoever wins, it'll change their life. Cooking doesn't get tougher than this.
These 6 contestants all want to become the next star restaurant chef. But only one will get through to the quarter-final. They face 3 tough tests. They have to invent a dish from scratch.
I don't like it, I'm never going to like it, but I am intrigued.
They have to survive the pressure of working in a professional kitchen.
Can you check so much mozzarella, 1 scallop to follow 2 tuna medium rare?
And they have to impress the judges with their own recipes.
Probably one of the most unattractive plates of food I've seen in a very, very long time.
All in just 2 days.
We're going to give you 40 minutes to prepare for us 1 plate of food. Let's cook.
It's the quick elimination test. Deciding which 3 stay are judges John Terode, top chef and restaurateur.
MasterChef is not the place where you just hope it's going to work out. You've got to know what you're doing from the start, please.
And food writer and ingredients expert Greg Wallace.
I don't want to see experimentation at this stage in the competition.
The contestants have 40 minutes to invent a dish from any of today's ingredients, which are pork chops, risotto rice, butternut squash, dark chocolate, juniper berries, red cabbage, and porcini mushrooms. Food and wine writer Natasha has decided it's time to put her own cooking skills to the test.
Being on MasterChef for somebody like me is the opportunity of a lifetime, as long as I do well.
Why would you want to put yourself under pressure like that?
Apart from anything else, I review restaurants, and I kind of figured that if I can dish the dirt, I should take it as well.
London-born Sean's adventurous spirit has given him a love for Asian food.
Having spent 4 years in Thailand and my wife being Thai, you know, I got to enjoy Thai food quite a lot.
Tell me about your style of cooking.
Well, a lot of my influence comes from Thailand, so I like strong flavours. I like quite spicy things, so I'm trying to go with that.
You're a big man, so we're going to have big flavours.
Absolutely.
Big food.
Yep.
It's going to be a big success, is it?
Well, I hope it will be, yes.
20 minutes gone.
James wants to change his life from one in a courtroom to one in a kitchen.
As a lawyer, you tend to not make people happy, and I think that's a great thing about being a chef.
Why would you want to go and stand in a hot, sweaty kitchen all day and all night?
I find it so absorbing. I love the cooking, that's where I want to be.
You're a barrister who wants to be a chef.
That's it, mate.
Katie's determined to find out if she's good enough to open her own cafe.
I want to be criticised on a professional level. I want to be told where I'm going wrong, where I'm going right.
You are under pressure today. You put yourself under pressure.
Yes.
Why are you putting yourself under this pressure?
I've been cooking for, you know, for a very, very long time with all my friends, all my family, and I just want to do it properly.
10 minutes left, guys. 10 minutes.
Art student Reese is risking his place in the competition by combining a pork chop with a chocolate and juniper berry sauce.
I've had a passion developing techniques that the average cook just can't do, don't have the time to do, or don't have the inclination to do.
Do you think experimenting right now is the right thing to be doing?
Definitely.
Because?
Because hopefully it's going to set me apart from the crowds. And, well, if it works, it's going to set me apart from the crowds.
It's definitely going to do that, and you're a very confident young man, Reese.
I've worked full-time as a hairdresser for 20 years, and I just feel that I'm at that point in my life now where it's an ideal opportunity for me to change my life.
Do you think what you're doing today is going to showcase your culinary skill enough?
I hope so, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to season it really well, and hopefully you're going to taste that I have an understanding of flavours and an understanding of how things should work.
We've got 60 seconds left, guys. 1 minute. That's it. Time's up.
Barrister James is hoping to impress with his pork chop, white wine sauce, pomme Anna and braised red cabbage.
Why did you attempt so much?
I'm trying to show a number of skills.
I don't know which one to go for, you see.
Yeah.
What I've tasted, I like.
You have achieved something which is very, very flavoursome, very complicated, but probably one of the most unattractive plates of food I've seen in a very, very long time.
Hairdresser Amanda is banking on a well-seasoned butternut squash and mushroom risotto.
That, for a bowl of rice, is remarkably light in texture and flavour.
It's not undercooked, it's not underseasoned, but I'm sure you can do a lot more than this, can't you?
Yeah, I can.
Experimental Reese hopes his pork with chocolate and juniper berry sauce will pay off.
Reese, before I taste it, you are a brave, brave man. What you've seemed to do is achieve something which is not offensive. Your pork chop is cooked really nicely. I think it would have been great with a different sauce.
I don't like it, I'm never going to like it, I'm never going to order pork with a chocolate sauce, but I am intrigued.
Do you want to win, Reese?
Terribly.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Determined Katie has made a butternut squash and onion tart with red cabbage salad.
I think your intentions are really good, Casey, but the dish disappoints on flavour.
Critic Natasha is hoping to prove her skill with a butternut squash risotto.
Tell us why you cooked this.
I've seen people try way too hard on this competition. I wanted to cook a good, honest plate of food.
It's a risotto. Our sage on top. I think that should have been broken up. If you're going to fry them, break them up and put them over the top or put them through. And I think if you're going to put cheese, make sure the cheese goes through it.
OK, first of all, I'd say if you want to see what I'm capable of, you invite me back tomorrow and then I'll show you.
And you can cook?
I'd like to think so.
Asian food lover Sean hopes his butternut squash and onion curry with pork strips and pear chutney will get him through to the next round.
Your flavours I really like, but you've overcooked this pork. It's drying out considerably.
There's lots of things going on in your mouth. You're thinking about food.
I'd like to be very creative, and I like fairly bold flavours.
Thanks very much, Sean.
Pleasure.
A strong and interesting round. We've got to pick 3 from you 6. Off you go.
Today is a tough field. Not just good cooks, but also some very, very interesting cooks.
I could argue a case for all of them, apart from Katie.
There has to be a demonstration of skill. Come on. Butternut squash in that state on a piece of puff pastry ain't never going to work. I agree with you. I think Katie goes. I don't think her cooking's very good.
James, I think, is extraordinary, and I can't see any argument not for putting that man straight through to the next round.
What James did today was extraordinary. He was able to achieve so many different component parts, but did today actually present us with probably the ugliest plate of food we've seen in a very, very long time. But put a blindfold on and eat it. Hey, I totally agree with you. James goes through.
It's going to be such an achievement to get into the next round. It's what I really want, you know.
I mean, let's just talk about Natasha right now. There is too many mistakes of a simple bowl of cooked rice from Natasha today to let her go through?
I reckon she's probably a competent cook. I don't think that's good enough right now.
We have to move to Reese.
Love him.
Do you?
I absolutely love him.
Should the chocolate sauce not have been on there, it would have been a fantastic dish. But if you can harness that thought process, there is a young man who could be brilliant.
I hope that that cock-up hasn't put me out. I really, really want it.
We've now got Katie and Natasha out, James and Reese in. There is room for one more cook, and it's either Sean or Amanda. Sean could give us some delights.
I thought there were parts of it which were very, very clever, but his pork was overcooked.
Well, the thing is with Sean, he's got some fascinating ideas. This is what I like about the guy.
Should we talk about Amanda then?
To do a risotto like that and for it to come out as light and well flavoured as that, I think shows the way to a very accomplished cook.
Fingers crossed the flavours and the seasoning and everything is going to come through and get me through to tomorrow.
Which one out of Sean and Amanda could give James and Reese a run for their money? Picking 3 from U6 was very difficult. Natasha and Katie, you are leaving us, I'm afraid. James, you, sir, are definitely cooking for us again. Reese, pork and chocolate sauce, very brave thing to do. Let's see what you can do tomorrow, shall we? Whew. Right, Sean or Amanda? Sean, you're staying, Sean. Sorry, Amanda.
Today may have been my lucky day because it could have been any one of us that went through to tomorrow, and I'm just pleased that it was me.
But I'm proud of
Guys, mother.
Really, really, really looking forward to tomorrow.
There might be some more exciting recipes, but hopefully ones that'll work this time.
For the moment, they can relax. But tomorrow, the pressure's on as they face 2 more daunting tests. It's early morning on day 2, and the contestants arrive at Luciano, an elegant Italian restaurant in the heart of London's glamorous Mayfair. They'll be working under the watchful eye of head chef Marco Corsica.
It's gonna be very tough, yeah? We've got busy service. I'm expecting to do the best you can, yeah? All right, don't let me down. Let's get going, yeah?
It's 12 o'clock and lunchtime service begins.
Samash, mozzarella, 1 scallop to follow 2 tuna medium rare.
Yes, chef.
Thank you.
Reese is the first to get an order. He's cooking king scallops with baby fennel and a fresh tomato dressing. But he's off to a nervous start.
Yes.
Scallop is on.
Scallop now. Scallop.
Come on, hurry up. Yeah, let's go. Hurry up, come on. You don't need to shake. Yeah, don't worry. Just be calm.
It's tough and it's fast-paced.
Let's go to monkfish.
Sean is cooking monkfish wrapped in speck, served with artichoke, clams and spring onions. This dish requires him to juggle 4 pans at once.
Here, check. Samash, Renavan, 2 monkfish.
Yes, chef.
Thank you.
His orders start to fly in.
How long for those 2 monkfish?
He's managing to juggle all his pans, but he's not listening to the chef calling out more orders.
Hello, excuse me. Sean, the next time I call a check, you don't answer me, I'm not let you cook again, yeah? Service please, number 1. Right, Sean. Hello, excuse me.
Yes.
You don't pay attention on what I say, you're gonna get in this.
Yes, chef. There's quite a lot of pressure, especially with the chef shouting at you and making sure things get out on time and stuff.
Table 14, 2 ravioli, James.
Yes, chef.
On the other side of the kitchen, James is cooking a ravioli of leeks and smoked mozzarella with cherry tomatoes and basil. But the chef is worried about his technique.
James, I want to see you tasting the sauce, yeah? All right, James. A bit less olive oil next time, yeah? Yes, chef. Okay.
James's dish isn't good enough, and the chef tells him to try again.
Chef, ravioli to you. Thank you. Tastes wonderful, yeah? The salt, the pepper, you just gotta cook a little bit more, yeah? All right?
Like Marco shouting at you and breathing down your neck really tells you just how tough a job it is.
While James is struggling to get his dish together, Reese has conquered his nerves and is impressing the chef.
Just a little bit. All right, well done. Much better. More tidy. Service!
After his shaky start, Sean is now listening and turning out plates of excellent food.
Okay, find the one.
Wine, please.
And his confidence is soaring.
Sure, much better for the fish, yeah?
Chef.
Okay, let's go.
It's been an intense 2 hours. John and Greg meet head chef Marco to see how the contestants got on.
What did James do?
Did a few checks. One was, well executed, but he had one a bit too much oil.
And how did Sean do during service?
Sean was very good on cope with the pressure. You know, do a dish like so many things going on. It wasn't that easy.
What about Reese?
He was a bit scared. He cooked pretty well.
If you had to employ one of these boys, which one would it be?
I think I'll go for Sean. The timing and everything was perfect.
Now they're straight back to MasterChef HQ to cook their best two-course meal. Yesterday, art student Reese stood out, but he couldn't keep up with the pace in the kitchen. Can he push the boundaries and still be a winner? Sean delighted the judges with his Asian-inspired curry and excelled in the restaurant. Can he maintain these high standards? Barrister James triumphed in the first round, but struggled under pressure. He now needs to prove he's worthy of a place in the quarter-final.
Only the best of dishes will get you a quarter-final place. Off you go. 1 hour.
They have to cook a two-course meal of their own design. Only one will win a place in the quarter-final. Sean is hoping his Asian-inspired menu will prove he can successfully combine bold flavours and textures.
Sean, Asian food.
That's right.
Tell us, what have we got?
OK, you've got stuffed squid, and for dessert, you've got a sticky banana creme brulee with a bitter chocolate sauce.
What do you think you may have which sets you apart from other contestants?
The amount of cultural influences that I've got in my life, my West Indian grandmother, my Jewish grandmother, my English mother, my Thai wife. I love oxtail and peas and rice just as much as I like rosemary garlic lamb. If you can enjoy those things and I can make all those things, then I've got to have something to offer.
You're here because...
Because I want to win.
Big bad Sean. Likes big flavours, and boy, are we going to get them.
And then the creme brulee with bananas in it and chocolate sauce. That's his risky one, isn't it? That's the joker card. If that works for him, oh, good on you, mate. Good on you.
You boys are halfway.
Art student Reese intrigued the judges with his pork and chocolate combination. Can he now win them over with his final dishes?
OK, Reese? Are you OK?
Just about, yes.
What are you making for us?
A poached pigeon breast with a Madeira sauce.
Are we bordering on pork and chocolate again?
Not quite, no. I'm holding back just about, yeah.
Your approach to food, Reese, is semi-scientific. You think about it very, very hard. When you cook, do you relax as well?
At home I do. Not here. No, it's different world in this situation.
Again, I'm not sure whether I want to eat it, but I'm looking forward to it. Does that make sense to you?
It makes complete sense, yeah.
Today we're going to find out whether Reese does have a palate or not.
I hope his fingers are as dexterous as his mind. And if it is, it will be wonderful, and it will be show-stopping.
You've got just 10 minutes left.
Barrister James hopes his classic dishes will be enough to take him through to the quarter-final.
James, you have some beautiful ingredients on your bench.
What are you going to cook for us?
I'm doing a pan-fried fillet of brill. For dessert, I'm doing rhubarb crumble.
You are a man who obviously loves food. You handle a knife like a near professional. I don't get how a young man like you can go to college, become a barrister, do something you really love, and then go, you know what, actually...
It was always a plan. I spoke to my father at length and said, look, I really want to be a chef. And he said, yeah, but you've got all this academic talent. You can't just go and be a chef. If you then find out you want to be a barrister, there's no way of going back. Whereas if you do it this way around, if you still want to be a chef at the end of it, fair play.
I think that was sound advice from your father. Yeah, very sound advice.
James is doing a very, very complex dish. I just hope he's not going to do what he did yesterday and he's had too much on a plate and it be too ugly.
All the stuff that's really making me grin is in that fish. I can't wait.
Just 30 seconds left.
Finished. That's it.
Sean's dreams are resting on stuffed squid with a spicy lemon and coriander couscous, followed by creme brulee.
The whole dish is actually just a vehicle for the sauce. Squid gets slightly lost in it, but saying that, the idea of the couscous with that sauce is really delicious.
This dish, like yourself, has a diverse cultural background, doesn't it? Because we've got couscous from North Africa and the Middle East, and we have a sauce that comes straight out of South East.
That's right.
Your flavours are immense and they're great.
From main course to dessert. So we've got a caramel top. It hasn't quite set, has it? Really love the flavours. The consistency, I'm finding a bit difficult.
OK.
I'm not enjoying it because I'm drinking it.
Experimental cook Reese is banking on pigeon with Madeira sauce on a broad bean beurre noisette puree. Pudding is poached rhubarb with almond ice cream and coffee syrup.
The meat is a bit dry, a little bit tough. But you've got all those flavours coming through. There's not ridiculous things like chocolate in there.
Meaty, gamey, going slightly sweet, going zing with the sorrel. Really, really good. And really, really clever. I'm pretty much blown away.
From main course to another very, very powerful, powerful dish. But it's not as rounded as your main course. But, Reese, processes like this, making stuff like this, thinking like this, hey, I want to grab hold of you, put my arms around you and kiss your fair and square the lips.
I love it. I think you will always divide opinion cooking like this.
You want to go further?
Yeah, so much.
And you're going to change your life. You're not going to be an art student, not going to go and do art.
No, I'm going to cook.
You're doing art.
Well, yeah.
You've just taken it off the wall and stuck it on a plate.
James is hoping his fillet of brill with langoustine and clam sauce, followed by rhubarb crumble, will take him through to the quarter-final.
About as close to a perfect fish dish that I've ever eaten, James.
It's beautifully flavoured, it's all well seasoned, it's all well cooked. I admire what you're doing, I think it's fantastic. If you're going to go any further in this competition, it's got to become a little bit more subtle and a little bit more refined.
From main to pudding, it doesn't share the same sort of wow factor that your main do. Texture's good. You've got the balance of sweetness and sourness absolutely right. You get that in equal measure. In fact, it probably errs more on the sweetness, which is fine because you've got the sharpness of the ginger.
I love it.
You have to go away now because John and I have a lot to talk about.
We are really looking for the person who has the inbuilt, inherent understanding of flavour and texture.
Sean has some very nice ideas. Loved his sauce. Dessert was pretty awful.
Definitely his downfall. Serve it up with a straw, it would have been fantastic. It was drinking liquid, wasn't it?
I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm relieved, and apprehensive all at the same time.
He does have promise, but a bit of promise is not enough in comparison with these two exceptional cooks.
So, we both agree that Sean goes home.
Watching James work is a joy. He preps up food with the hand of a professional. He can get 4 or 5 processes going at once, and he can put together some exceptionally flavoured food. That main course, it was a dream. His dessert was a great crumble.
The fact is that James has cooked beautifully today.
Just imagining them saying, no, you haven't got through, I'm going to feel that sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. I'm going to be gutted.
In the other kitchen, I don't think I've seen such a deep and sharp culinary intellect before. I absolutely loved what that young man cooked for me.
The first rule of food is you have to want to eat it. The pork chop with chocolate sauce, you know what? You really probably shouldn't be eating it.
Not everybody's going to like every dish, and so maybe it's a bit of a gamble in the MasterChef scenario.
2 extremely different styles. We're talking about James being very, very classic and stuff which is learned as a cook. Then we have this quite extraordinary, modern, pushing the boundaries, unusual style of cuisine coming from Reese.
Are we looking to push boundaries? Because that's what will happen with Reese. Or are we looking to promote good, rounded cooks?
James's food, I want to eat. Reese's food, I want to see more of, but I'm not quite sure if I want to eat it. I'm finding it difficult to be able to separate these two. It's like a cigarette paper right down the centre. It's times like this we make very, very difficult decisions.
Our quarter-finalist is James.
It's brilliant. Make sure you win the whole thing, though.
Can't believe it. I really cannot believe it. I'm blown away. I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
They've told me I'm a good cook, and one day I'll have a restaurant of my own.
I'm very disappointed, yeah. What went wrong today was the quality of the competition. Nothing else. There was nothing else that could be done.
Hello, Dad. It's James. I won my heat, so I'm through to the quarter-finals.
Oh my goodness, James, I don't know how to absolutely speechless.
James will be back for the quarter-final, where he'll face 3 other exceptional cooks.